Welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. My name is Lisa Curcio.
And my name is Gina Curcio Holly, aka her daughter.
We are so pumped
so
tonight. We have been waiting for today. This is a really special day for us here in the studio. Go ahead, tell them.
I'm live. I'm here right now. I see your comments over there scrolling in.
We have received so many emails and comments. When is Gina going to be live streaming? Well,
here we are.
Here we are. Today is the day. And this is a YouTube live streaming event. Today is January 31st, 2022.
Yes.
So whether you're here for the live stream or perhaps you're watching the replay, we're super glad that you're here. Now, a lot of things we got to tell you before we get started. Okay, first, we have a stack of birthday Slimline cards for you. But there's also a project sheet.
Yes, and you're not going to want to miss that. That project sheet is going to be available for free download in the video description below. So you're going to want to make sure you grab that. That has samples for all 7 plus 1 bonus card that we have for you tonight. You're not going to want to miss that. It has cutting dimensions, supplies, and full color photos for all 8 of those samples tonight.
That project sheet is completely free. You're going to be able to download it, print it, or save it to your computer. It's a great resource for you.
Yeah.
Again, it'll be down when the live stream is over, okay? Now, I also want to take a moment to tell you that for the special occasion, we decided to do something special tonight.
Yes, we are doing a live giveaway tonight. And we're actually giving away a bundle that we're featuring tonight, so you're not going to want to miss that. There's going to be more information with that towards the end of the video, and we're actually going to give it away live at the end, so you're going to want to stick around, but you're going to want to make sure that you're logged into your Gmail account for that. That's on YouTube, not on us, so you can enter the live chat giveaway.
Yes, so you do need to be in the live chat for the giveaway, and we'll give you all the rules and details at the end, so just hang with us. We have a whole bundle, so it's a stamp set and the dies.
Correct.
You're going to love them. Couple things now before we start stamping. I want to introduce you to Bob the Builder.
Or my dad.
Bob Curcio. You'll see his name here in blue with a little wrench next to it. He's moderating in place of her tonight because she's here stamping. Give him a lot of grace. He's really good at links and he's fantastic for interacting, but he doesn't do it too often. So he doesn't. The other person we want to introduce you to is Marion Lenthart.
Love her.
We love Marion.
Yes.
Marion is part of the Lisa Stamp Studio team, an avid stamper, and she is also here helping Bob to answer your stamping questions. Well, because
my dad's not so good at that.
He doesn't stamp so well. We're trying. We're working on him. I mean, he can do it. We're just working on him. So Marion's name is not in blue, but she is here. And if you need to tag her, just put the little @ sign in front of her name, Marion Lenthart, and you can ask her a direct question. Give her lots of grace, because this is not something she normally does, and there's lots of you and just one of her.
Yeah.
I think we're ready.
Let's start.
Okay, let's get started. Here we go. All right, here we are at the stamp table. We are sharing space tonight.
Yes, we are.
I am going to start. I'm going to tell you that a Slimline card is extremely popular right now, and for good reason.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
Lots more room to decorate, lots more room to sign. It's a popular card for people, Gina, that are in offices, are doing retirement parties for group signatures and messages. So this is a great card size. For those of you that are taking some notes, this is 7 by 8.5, simple. You're going to score it in half this way, the tall way, which is at 3.5 inches. Now, we did that because that's pretty simple.
Yes.
That's done ahead of time. I'm using Very Vanilla, not a color you're going to see me use quite often here in my typical live streams, but it's going to go beautiful with what I'm making tonight.
I love your card.
What is your card base color tonight?
Mine's just basic white, and I went ahead and did that already. Used my favorite tool, the bone folder.
Yeah, we love the bone folder. All right, so I am going to start with Designer Series paper.
Yes, mine too.
Okay, so let's see what you've got.
All right, so I actually have 2 layers. My first layer is going to be soft succulent, and then my second layer is that beautiful Designer Series paper from the Fortune of Friendship. Crane of Fortune. So my bad.
So many new products to remember, right?
But I wanted to show off these papers to you because these are the specialty Designer Series papers.
Oh, you had me at gold.
With this bundle, and yes, that is gold foil in there.
Absolutely stunning.
And these are the 6 different styles, as you can see, and when you flip them over, my goodness,
Stampin' Up Designer Series paper.
That it's just gorgeous. And what I love about Stampin' Up products is that they have color coordination, which makes everything easier when you're designing and making cards.
Yeah, so that all your stamp pads and markers and such all coordinate.
Exactly.
Love that.
So I'm gonna put that together while you explain yours.
All right, so you've got a layer of what here? Was this
succulent?
Okay, great. So you're going to actually use the shiny side tonight?
Yes, I am.
All right. So right here, I have got a brand new Designer Series paper as well. This one is called Daffodil Afternoon. Ooh, one side is this just really beautiful generic pattern. And the other side obviously tends towards the genre of the papers or the suite. Yep. Now, I am going to use the whole suite tonight, my friends. And I am also going to tell you I have just a treat for you in store. Now, before I am going to adhere this, I'm going to step this up. So let me move this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap vanilla cardstock. Now, I cut this ahead of time to the size that I'm going to need, and I'm going to be using an intricate die for this.
Yes.
So let me pull in that die so that you can see it. It's called Slim Card. Now, I have fallen in love with this.
I love this.
Because it's going to make this gorgeous mosaic background, which is really on trend for that boho feeling right now. You've got these gorgeous little edges here.
Yep.
And look, got just another die. Wait till you see what I've done with this.
Yes.
It also comes as a bundle. So if you want the stamps, you can also include those. Remember, at a bundle, you're going to get a 10% savings. So you can get them both. This is the Slim Sayings stamp set. The stamp set greetings are designed specifically for these larger cards, whether they are going portrait or landscape.
Exactly. Love it.
Going to use that too.
Yep.
And so I've got the dies. So I did die cut this piece ahead of time, but I want to show you a little trick. Now, I'm going to also be very transparent tonight and say, I'm going to walk you through some pros and cons so that you can choose how you're going to attach these dies.
Yes.
I am a big fan of my silicone craft sheets.
Love
so if you've been here to my channel before, you know what I am.
Yep.
All right. The easiest way for some people is adhesive sheets. Now, if you're not familiar with what these are, I'm pulling over a brand new package here, Gina. Adhesive sheets are actually sold in a package, and I love these simply because they actually have a seam on them that allows you to kind of split the paper in half. Yeah. It's intended to be put on one side. I don't think the camera's going to pick that up too well.
You kind of see it.
But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take off the other hand. Stickier than all get up, and it's intended to be that way. Now, I always cut the adhesive sheet a little bit smaller than the cardstock. Otherwise, you got all over the place.
Yeah, smart.
I find that what happens is if you cut it too close, you're going to have sticky all over.
Everywhere.
And remember, we're going to be die cutting this.
Right.
So it'll get on your platform, and nobody wants that.
Nope.
So you're just going to burnish this down. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab that die that you want to use, which is going to be this one here. So let me go ahead and pull that out. I should have had this done ahead of time. Sorry. They're going to give me a little self-forgiveness, right? I'm sharing this table with you tonight. That's
I know,
a little bit
new.
strange. Okay. So the paper side that we put the adhesive sheets on is going to go down. And then the die is going to go on top.
Okay.
The beauty of this is when you run it through your die cutting machine, guess what? It's going to have the adhesive already on the back side of the paper. Now, you might be looking at this thinking, there is no way that's going to die cut well. Well, I got news for you. Look at this. It sure does. And I absolutely love this die. I think it's gorgeous.
I do too.
But what you probably didn't try is adding it over Designer Series paper. So let me show you.
Yeah.
Now, this is where my transparency comes into play. This is really difficult to see where the tape starts. There is a seam here. And you know, when you got some 60-year-old eyes like your mom, oh, look, I started it here. Yeah. You're going to want to be very, very careful when you take this off. I am not a liquid glue girl fan. Yeah. Okay, you know that. I'm way too messy. So remember, there's a seam. So there's a split here. So I'm going to take off one side of this, and I am going to attach that to the Designer Series paper. Now, I know I'm on a slight angle in your camera view because Gina and I are sharing. Yeah. But I am looking to line up the top and the outside. Watch me try not to get my head in your camera. Remember, I told you the older you get, the closer you got to get, honey. So enjoy being young. And I'm just going to line this up. And you're just going to work your way down. The problem is, maybe for some of you, and I experienced this the first time too, if you pull too much or you take all this off at once, you're going to have a sticky mess, okay?
Or it's going to rip, right?
Right.
Paper,
so you want to be very careful with your delicate dies. And then I'm just going to kind of go around here. Cut your paper a little bit bigger because you can always come back and then trim this up so that it fits just right. But I also want to give you option number 2. Because this is very flexible, I love to use the liquid glue for this. Pros and cons. If you're not quick about it, it's going to dry right up here at the top before you get to the bottom, okay? But I took the multi-purpose liquid glue sold in my online store, and I unscrewed this like a ketchup bottle, and I squirted it in there. And then we've got that precision tip. That rubber band tip was from a YouTube viewer.
Thank you. Saved my life.
I love this because you might be looking at those thin lines thinking, oh no, but this is going to work. So you're going to get it started. And I love to use that silicone craft sheet because adhesive liquid glue and hot glue will not stick here. So I'm able to come in and add my little areas to tack this down.
Yeah, love it.
2 choices. I'm going to encourage you to try to find the way that's best for you. But it's 2 ways that you can actually add these. Now, I did add the whole thing ahead of time. You saw how I did half of that, and I trimmed it up so it's a little bit prettier now.
Looks so cool.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to add this now to the base of my card. And I think that's what you were going to be doing as well.
Yeah, but I needed some dimensionals.
Okay, so I'm going to add adhesive.
Okay.
And I've got my silicone craft sheet here because that's going to keep my work surface clean. And doesn't it figure? I'm looking for my adhesive. Oh, here it is. Again, I am not used to sharing my crafting space. So I have to be really careful to kind of find where I put things.
And I don't know about you, but when I'm using dimensionals, especially on card bases, I overdo it because I know I'm going to send my card in the mail. And I love our USPS people, but those cards go through a mail meter and they get crunched and smushed, and I don't want my card to come all wonky when they open it.
You know, these are a penny a piece. They're pre-cut for you, so don't be afraid to use enough, especially if you're doing such a large panel. You want it balanced. For those of you that are wondering about foam adhesive sheets,
that would have been
take
great.
Those strips as well. They're a little bit denser, so keep that in mind. I don't do too many things straight, so for me, the easiest way is to open this up because it's nice and big, and I can look horizontally to try to find that nice little border all the way around. So I'm looking at the top and the sides, and when I'm happy, I'm going to give that a cursory rub from the inside. Okay.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
I love that designer series paper, too.
But isn't that amazing how this die looks on top of this paper? Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So let's see what you're doing over here.
Yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing. I don't open up my card. I kind of just hope for the best, to be honest.
That's because you're under 60.
Yeah, I don't get so close.
All right. So I'm going to start working next on some decorating. So I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to put this off to the side for just a minute. I've got some scrap cardstock here. I've got crushed curry and daffodil delight because I decided to bring in the coordinating dies to that designer series paper called Daffodil. Now, some of you are looking at that and squealing in delight, and the rest of you are squealing in horror.
That's me. I'm squealing in horror.
No, because, oh my gosh, you have got to see what this does. All right, now, I've got an amazing tool for you tonight that I'm going to share with you in just a minute.
You do have an amazing tool.
Don't let me forget, okay? I die cut the pieces that I wanted to use ahead of time, but I didn't want to do all that on camera because we're in a limited space. Okay, so I've got some of it done and some of it I don't. So let me just dig into my little tray here. I'm going to pull my pieces out. Why don't you start stamping?
Yeah, let me go ahead and show you what stamp set I'm using this evening. I'm actually using the Crane of Fortune bundle. It comes in a bundle, and again, I'm also using the Crane of Fortune designer series paper, which is specialty because it has gold foil on one side and the reverse you can use all year round. But I actually love this stamp set. I totally overlooked it. If you know me, I am a faithful person of coloring, so I love those whimsical stamps. So when I put this on my wish list, I think my mom looked at me in shock because she was shocked that I chose this over a whimsical stamp. But honestly, I've used it, played with it a ton, and I am in love. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that flower that's in there, bring in my piece of paper, and I'm also going to open up Calypso Coral. What I'm going to do is give you a trick. This is a pretty large stamp.
Big. Yeah. About the size of your ink pad.
Exactly. So what I do is I flip over the stamp, and then I go ahead and open up my ink pad and just go ahead and ink it up. This helps me see where everything is going when something like this is so large.
Great tip.
Yeah, and then I go ahead and do some firm, even pressure. Make sure you get all the corners because this is a distinctive stamp and it has a lot of different variation in the image. And look how beautiful that is.
That looks like a photograph more than a stamp. Isn't it precious? Yes. I love that.
And then what I did was I took the coordinating dies that come in the stamp set. Let me just in the bundle. Let me go ahead and open that up so you can kind of see what we were working with.
I'll be
here.
your helper and close up your ink pad.
Thank you. And so these are the coordinating dies, and these are just beautiful. I love that they cut out the stamps, but I also love that they added these few elements to it that I also use in today's card. So all I did was I layered this up, took my tape. That's perfect. What do you call this? I have no idea.
This is the Post-it labeling cover-up tape.
Yes, I love this stuff. This is in our craft room favorites. The link will be in the description below and also in the chat if you're watching live. The best part of this is you just use a little bit.
Right.
You run it through your cut and emboss machine. This does not move. That annoys me to no end when it moves around.
Right.
This completely eliminates it.
Right.
And the best part is that you can keep reusing the tape.
Right. So there's a little dispenser here. I find this wider than I need.
Right.
But I like it, right? Yeah. And then what you're able to do is just line this up exactly where you want it. Yep. And when you're happy with it, you're going to strap it down right over that. And you can do 2 places if it's a really big die, obviously, and then crank it through.
Yep. And then when it comes out, it's perfect.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So I did 2 of those, and then I also used some other elements in there. You can see I used crumb cake to make a few of those. And then the other thing I did, let me grab it real quick, is make a few of those dragonflies that came.
Oh my gosh. And there's a die for that, right?
Yes, there is a die.
Oh, look at that.
It's one die because it comes with 2 different sizes.
So a die cuts them individually.
Right.
Which I think is brilliant. So you don't have to try to line up that little itty bitty piece.
I would never,
Yeah, that was enough to make you crazy. Love that.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
What about yours?
Okay, well, I have a lot more pieces, as you can imagine. So let me show you this, and I cannot wait to give you some tips. Excuse me, the weather has been cold to hot, hot to cold here in Florida, and I'm dealing with that. Now, you can see that I did the lightest solid piece of the die and the darker curry with the outline. I did use liquid glue. That's going to be your best friend for this because it's going to give you a little bit of wiggle room to put this together. I'm going to bring this back in. This little piece here, it took me like 10 minutes to figure out what that was. And once I figured it out, I'm like, oh, now I get it. So you can put this a number of ways. You can put it up, you can put it down. There's really no right or wrong way. I always say it's never wrong if it's your card, right?
Yes.
So I decided I wanted to show you some assembly so that they would understand how to put this together. We are going back to this.
Love that.
Because the tip on this is so fine, it's going to allow you to get into some of these small areas. And quite frankly, there was no way for me to be able to do this ahead of time and try to demo it. So again, get that liquid glue started so it's flowing very, very nicely. Then what you're going to do is I love to be able to just kind of put this here and go, okay, yeah, I think that's where I want this. So I'm going to add a little drop of glue here to the back side. Again, you can use that needle tip to kind of thin it out a little bit. And then I'm going to attach that here.
Just a few seconds.
Yeah, it's just going to take a couple seconds. That glue is very, very strong. Okay, you don't want to use a lot. Now, I also die cut from that same die set these pieces. Now, some of you are thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be incredible. Wait until you see it. It's incredible. I have already done this one. This is the bud.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Now, while I'm doing this, Gina, I want you to show them what our team made.
You're going to flip out, okay? So this is all thanks to Marion Lenhart, who's actually answering all your questions that you have tonight.
She's the bomb.
She made this template for you, and the best part about it is that it comes in the project sheet that you're going to download tonight.
Yep.
So she went step by step, so you can just go ahead and have fun assembling. We did all the hard work for you. Excuse me. Marion did all the hard work for you.
Marion's the bomb.
She is the best. And so you're not going to want to miss out on this. Again, this is in tonight's download for the project sheet.
Yes, and I love that it shows you step by step where pieces go together, and there's a gorgeous sample of our card here.
Gorgeous? Yeah.
It's extraordinary. And look, she even used variation in colors. This is going to make purchasing this die set and these
just
stamps.
A breeze.
Yeah, there's no thought process. Print this out. It's free for you in the project sheet. Stamp it up, put it in the case, in the Stampin' Up case, and you are good to go. All right, I am ready to assemble. So I'm going to come over here, Gina, and I've got my pieces here. I'm going to give you a couple tips. The one thing that I found that worked the absolute best for me was to lay this flat. Because otherwise you got that boing effect, right? Then what I want you to do is I want you to pick up the pieces and I want you to decide where they are going to go first, because we're going to add a stamped piece here yet.
Okay.
So I'm going to lay my stem here. I'm going to take my other stem that I die cut. That's here. It's going to be a little bit lower. And then I've got my daffodil. Obviously, you're going to need to stay within the perimeter of your card. That's going to be really, really important. And then this piece here. And then look at, we've got our little bud that's going to go up here. And then you can graduate all these pieces. Yeah. And then this is going to go inside of here like so to make the whole bloom. I know. Isn't that gorgeous?
That is just beautiful.
Okay, let's put that off to the side for just a second and then let's work on some stamping.
Yes.
So I have some very vanilla scrap cardstock here. Obviously, this is where I'm going to be doing my greeting. So from the coordinating stamp set to those dies, I'm looking for it right here on my desk, Slim Sayings. Remember we used that die for that background? Okay, so I fell in love with You Are Really Fabulous because I thought that is great for just so many things.
So many, yeah.
Could be for graduation, birthday, thank you, retirement, you name it. So I went ahead and I pulled that out, and I'm going to bring in my Memento black ink pad. And I've got the stamp here, and I'm going to ink this up, and we are going to stamp here. All right. I didn't push real hard, did I? I could have done better than that. I get a B-, right? And then I pulled out one of my very favorite die sets. This die comes from Tasteful Labels, and it's one of my favorites for a very, very good reason. Lots of different shapes. So not only can you fit greetings, but you can fit some images. Right. Love this, and this is available in my online store. So what I did ahead of time is I went ahead and I die cut that, which left me this.
So cute.
Yeah, but I thought it was boring.
Yeah.
So I decided let's up the game here, okay? So I'm cleaning my stamp just off camera, which you can't see because you want to make sure that it's good and clean. And I'm coming in with one of those complementary colors. So I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight. Let's open this up. And then I am going to ink this up. I make sure I got good coverage this time. I almost embarrassed myself there. And then we are going to stamp, okay? I'm taking that off camera just on this Stampin' Scrub. And then what I did is I simply took a pair of scissors. I did not fussy this. Okay. And I cut out only the word fabulous.
I see where you're going.
Okay, because I wanted to create some continuity from the top to the bottom. Yeah, you know, when you have these big words on your greetings, don't be afraid to what I call double stamp them so that you can elevate them and create some emphasis.
Love that.
So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple dimensionals on the back, and you can see that this is easy to do because these are sizable. And I'm going to go ahead and just add those here. You know, I'm big on balancing them. I think you knew that, right?
Yep. I got that from you.
Yeah. And hey, don't forget, we got that live giveaway coming up. So make sure you guys stay with us. And then all you're simply going to do is mirror the top to the bottom. And again, there goes my 60-something-year-old head inside that camera view, trying to keep it down. And then we're going to go right over the top.
That is brilliant.
All right. Now, let's go ahead and let's put this together. And I'm going to give them some gluing tips as you adhere yours as well. Okay. And you're going to find we do things just a little differently. But, you know, I always say there's more than one way to get things accomplished, right?
Exactly. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open that up, too. That's not normally how I work, but I think that's genius. So I'm going to take it.
Okay, good. And, you know, especially for this big card, right? Because you get that little...
boingy.
It is boingy.
You're right.
Yeah, there is some boing there.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take both of my flowers. Again, I die cut 2 of those. And I'm going to go ahead off camera because we have a little bit of tight room over here. I'm just going to add some adhesive to those.
Yeah, we work in a corner here in the studio. I think people think we have this massive room.
Yeah.
It's not a massive room. It works great for us. But we work in a corner. So literally there's a wall in front of us, which is why sometimes it sounds a little echoey, right? And then we're going to add a little adhesive to the back of here. And you know what? Like I said to you earlier, this glue is really, really strong. So you don't have to go like nuts trying to get it all put together.
And that precision chip is just perfect for those small areas.
Just amazing. Yeah. Now I'm trying to bring these stems together because you're going to see how the greeting is going to work just complementary with this in just a moment.
So I just layered my 2 flowers, and you're probably thinking, oh, what's going on? But kind of like my mom, I'm layering them, and I'm going to put a greeting right in the center, so you don't need to really worry about your stem kind of sticking out here because we're going to cover that up.
All right, this is one of the other stems. I'm actually putting the full daffodil bloom on. And then don't you just love this glue applicator?
I love it.
I can't live without this thing. It's actually almost turned me into liking liquid glue. I just want to let you know that.
When that day happens, I will be shocked.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that. The great thing about this is it allows me kind of be able to go up and down here. I decided to adhere this piece flat, and I am going to cheat. And we're going to turn this upside down, and we're going to work on those nice thick areas here and add a little bit of glue I told you I didn't like liquid glue. It gets all over your fingers sometimes. And that's where your take your pick tool comes into play. I need to stay within the circumference of this card. So this is why the liquid glue is great, because I can kind of shimmy this a little bit left and a little bit right. But remember this daffodil piece that's here? Well, this is where I'm going to use a dimensional. So I'm grabbing one just off the top of your screen, and I'm going to add that here. And then this is going to get anchored here.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, but this is how we're going to bring the whole thing together. Is our greeting. All right. So we're going to now do one of two things. You have a choice. You can use dimensionals if you want to elevate it.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can just adhere it flat. I'm in a dimensional kind of mood.
I think that's
What are you doing over there?
Yeah. So I actually just stamped my greeting in Evening Evergreen. Love this greeting because it's perfect for obviously birthdays, but you can also use it for other things if it's not just a birthday. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals and just lift that up a little bit.
So I see what you did. You turned the flowers upside down.
Right.
So that your stem will be hidden, I'm assuming?
It is, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on, and then I'm going to do some tucking with the other pieces in a little bit.
Okay, I want to see how you adhere those. This is my take your pick tool. I can't live without this thing because the paper piercing tool attachment is perfect for my arthritic hands.
Yeah.
Or you can be Gina and show them. You just take them off with your fingers.
Honestly, though, I've become a take your pick tool fan because of you.
This.
But you only have one take your pick tool, so.
Oh, I know. You should have brought your own tonight, right? All right, so I'm going to attach my words here. Okay, and I just want to show you. Oh, wait till you see this card finished, you guys. And I want you to notice how she's adhering her smaller pieces.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to use that take your pick tool now.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my mini glue dots and grab a few of these. I'm going to place 2 glue dots on these. I think they're flowers. I'm not really sure.
It's kind of like little blooms,
yeah.
aren't they?
So what I'm doing is just placing those there.
So you're placing them at the top, not the bottom.
Yeah, because I'm tucking it.
Ah.
I feel like, this is a small enough piece where it doesn't need a whole lot of anchoring.
Right. I'm giggling because look at your sleeve. Dimensionals.
Oh.
We find these everywhere.
Yeah,
I found one in the dishwasher last
My
week.
dog loves to pick them up too in my stamp room. All right, and now I'm going to do is I'm tucking it back there.
Beautiful.
And so I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom.
Okay. I have a great question for you.
Yes.
I know you're putting the rest of your card together.
Yes.
How are you going to play up that gold?
Oh, don't worry. I have a trick for
I cannot wait to see. All right, so let's talk about this one more time. Now, while Gina's finishing up that card, I want to show you once again that we use the Slim Sayings Bundle, which is the stamp set and the coordinating slim card dies. You guys are going to love this. Remember, we have a total of 8 cards for you.
Oh, you're going to love them.
So we have these 2 that we demonstrated for you just to show you the versatility of a Slimline card. Again, a great card if you've got a lot of words to write, a lot of people to sign it. These will fit in a legal size envelope, but guess what?
Stampin' Up has their own.
They have their own. Look at this. Does this not just match perfectly? We didn't plan that, by the way.
We didn't. That just happened.
And I absolutely love these. They already come lined like this. You're going to get a total of 15. 5 of each color. Are you ready? $10 for all of them. Wow. That makes them less than $1 an envelope.
Awesome.
You can't really make them with designer series paper for this price.
It's hard, yeah.
And although you could use a legal size envelope, this is far more classy.
Yeah, I agree
isn't
with
it?
you. It's
so
beautiful.
pretty. So obviously that's what we're going to be using for our cards. You're going to find these in the mini catalog. Love those. All right, is it your bling time?
It's time for my bling.
Okay,
and you know I'm playing up that gold with this bling. I've got my gilded gems. I am my mom's daughter, so I do love my bling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use that take your pick tool. I love that tip. My mom taught me that trick. And what I'm going to do is just take a few of those. Here's a little trick that I was taught by my mom on using embellishments. You want to do it in a triangular formation.
Correct.
And it's always better to do it when you have odd numbers.
It is.
Am I right?
It is more pleasing to the eye.
All right, so I'm taking a big one. Now I'm taking 2 smaller ones. I'm making that triangular formation.
And don't be afraid to mix sizes.
Yes, that's what I'm doing, yeah.
And don't be afraid to mix elements.
Yes, that's what I'm doing now.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Yeah, she is my kid.
So I am also using the polished dots. This is in the new mini catalog as well. And it's something that I've fallen in love with. It may be something that you've overlooked in the mini catalog, but I use it on every single card that I've made so far. I just love it that much.
Those are your favorite embellishment.
And I'm using the clear ones, and you might be thinking, why are you using clear? You're not going to see it. But I love small details when someone opens a card and can really see that you took the time to make something for them. That's what I just absolutely love.
You're mixing that texture.
Them. Yeah, absolutely.
The nice thing about these clear polished dots is it allows that gorgeous designer series paper to kind of permeate through that. Mm-hmm. So pretty. But you can see here, I went a little fussier, True Lisa style, a lot more simple. But aren't these spectacular?
Aren't they fun?
Okay, great. Let's show them.
Let's show them.
All right, so I'm going to put these off to the side. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds like a great idea. All right, so here we go. Here's my other sample. Again, I am a lover of all things whimsical, so you didn't think I was not going to do one a whimsical card at
that
least.
Ladybug. That Ladybug.
This is the Hello Ladybug bundle, and so the bundle comes with the stamp set, and it also comes with the coordinating Ladybug punch. And what you may notice here is I used the Ladybug wings in that punch to make the leaves. And all I did was use my bone folder to go ahead and score down those Ladybug wings and pop them up a little bit. So you could see that I made a leaf out of that. And all I did then was use those labels that you just used.
Right.
Love them. And then I used my blends to color in those words, so it made it pop a little bit.
So cute and so cheerful. I can't think of anybody who wouldn't love that cheerful card.
Yes.
So cute, so cute. Okay, show them the next one. What about you? I'm trying to find the die I used for this card. Oh, I have such a mess here. It's not even funny.
Here you go.
Okay, I found him.
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to go next?
Yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
next. All right, because this one is a mind blower. Are you
love
ready?
This one.
Okay,
Woo!
look. All right, now if you're wondering how the heck did I did that, this is why I was trying to find the dies in the mess we just made.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Believe it or not, I used the die as a stencil.
No way.
I did. So let me show you really, really quick. Let me just pull this out of here. We need a bigger table.
I know we do.
This is crazy. I mean, we are just crammed into a corner here. All right, so what I did is I literally laid this down on some white cardstock and I masked it so it wouldn't slide. And I used my blending brushes. Now, I'm going to tell you, do you see the little dots that are here? Color is going to get in there. It didn't matter because I used my layering circles dies to make balloons, and I used my white chalk marker. I actually attached the twine to the back of this with a dimensional.
Smart.
So it's all tacked down, and this is just on there with little glue dots.
Beautiful.
I stamped the sayings.
Right on it, right?
From the Slim sayings, the one that we're giving away tonight, right over the top. So you kind of have a little hologram type of look here. It permeates through. I don't know if you know this or not, but do you know that you can take your dies and you can die cut them with the window sheets in our store, which is acetate.
Okay.
And you can make a stencil. So if you're worried about those dots, just die cut it from acetate.
That's so genius.
And then you can use it as a stencil. But isn't this incredible?
I love it. I love it.
All right, keep going. Let's see what you got.
All right, my next one's for the guys. Here we go. So this is using the Home and Garden stamp set. And honestly, what I wanted to do was use it this way. But a Slimline card really makes you think outside of the box.
It does.
When you're designing, because you have such a slim area to do something.
Correct.
But you have a lot of space up and down.
Yep.
So I just went ahead and stamped it, colored with some blends, and called it a day.
It's awesome.
And honestly, I think Dad will like this in March for his birthday.
Yeah, it's great. And I think this is a great card for those that are looking for something quick and simple.
Yeah.
And it's masculine. We all need masculine cards.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Well, here we go. We're going landscape this time.
Love it.
All right. Simple, simple, simple. Isn't this bundle of products absolutely gorgeous? The color scheme is very simple. So I moved in the papaya with the cinnamon cider on this one. And believe it or not, I'm cheating and looking at my notes because I'm trying to memorize this entire mini catalog. This is the Honeybee Home Bundle. Look at those honeybee trinkets. Aren't those awesome? Cute. So I played up that gold here with the greeting, and I actually embossed that in gold. I hope the camera's going to pick that. Very, very simple. So very little to color here. I just took the blends and kind of splotched them in there with that papaya. Simple, classy card that could be for any occasion. Of course, this says, happy for you. And guess where those words came from?
Also from Slim Sayings.
Yep, again. All right, what do you got?
All right, my last one is not birthday. I have to preface that. This is the 8th one, technically.
It's the bonus.
Right, this is the bonus card.
Well, no, I actually have one more.
Oh, you do? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let's do this one. Another landscape.
Another landscape.
I'm calling this like the jungle card, okay? I don't know how many people have told me that they went plant crazy during the pandemic.
Yes.
Right? You're one of them.
Too.
They love it. So it's a jungle out there is what I'm kind of calling this. So I use the designer series papers from Bloom Where You're Planted, and I just use it as a black backdrop. But I also put a little sliver here at the bottom to kind of ground this. Beautiful. Now I want to talk to you about this greenhouse, this garden greenhouse bundle. I did stamp on the white cardstock, but what you probably can't tell in the stream is that there's a piece of vellum between the cardstock and the black dies.
I see it.
And just like we used on this card here, you can use the adhesive sheets or dabs of liquid glue, whatever your personal preference is. And then I purposely made one flower a different color.
Because you're one of a kind.
Because you're one of a kind, and I wanted to use the Slim Sayings. I'm telling you, you guys, this bundle is amazing. Amazing. So you've got two in both orientations here. All right, let's see your last stack.
Here's my bonus card. Not a birthday, but as you know, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh,
there we go.
That is adorable. Is this paper?
No, it's not designer series paper. So within that, was it Sweet Conversation?
Yes, love it.
There is verb words in there saying Happy Valentine's Day. So all I did was repeat those words over and over again.
To make your own paper.
To make my own paper.
That is brilliant. So you could easily change it to say happy birthday.
Absolutely.
Or get well.
Yep.
And the little hearts and the envelopes are all part of the sweet
the dies. Yes.
So this would make a great card for anything.
It really would.
Oh, that is precious. I bet Hub is getting that one, huh?
No, this is too nice for Hub.
He's probably watching. You know that, right? Unbelievable. Okay, so we have an awful lot of cards here to try to fan these all out. But this is going to give you a little cursory look. And then what we want to know is absolutely
which one is your favorite?
Yes. It's hard to tell, isn't it? I mean, we have such a myriad of different color schemes and different layouts. We were hoping to appeal to
everybody.
Yeah, to everybody, regardless of what you like, bright and colorful or more subdued, fancy or simple, right? Yeah. Definitely. Now, let's go ahead and let's give them the information on how to apply for the live chat giveaway.
Yes.
And then we're going to give you about a minute and a half to include that in the live chat. And I'll go over some other things just to kind of fill that time. And then we're going to use our software, and I'm pointing over there because that's where it's at, to choose a random winner. But you have to meet the criteria. It's a smart system, okay? So why don't you tell them what they need to do?
All right, so first thing you need to do is give this video a like. That's hitting the thumbs up button right below the video. That's going to help qualify you for that live chat giveaway. You also need to go ahead and put your first and last name and where you're from in the United States. This is a U.S. only giveaway. Sorry to all my friends in Australia, and UK, and Germany who are watching.
We love you.
We do love you, but this needs to be a U.S. giveaway only. So that is a like, and then putting your first and last name and where you're from in the U.S. in the comments right now. Do you want to show them what we're giving away? They have no idea.
We're giving away the Slim Sayings bundle. So that's the stamp set and the coordinating dies. Brand new, all packaged, ready to go in tomorrow's mail.
Yes.
We'll tell you if your name's the winner on how you can get a hold of us to claim this. We made it really easy. We wanted you in the live chat, so we didn't miss giving it away.
Yeah, we don't want to miss announcing your name.
Yeah, we find it when we do it, even for the recorded version, they never claim it. Yeah. We want to give it away. That's the whole point. All right, do it now.
Yes,
you only got like a minute. Okay, so while we're waiting for you to put in your thumbs up, your name, and where you're from, I want to remind you about a couple things.
Yes.
First and foremost, head over to lisastampstudio.com. Not only can you shop there, but I offer incredible and generous ordering rewards. That is for any order of $25 and up. Keep an eye on your product total, but you need to use my exclusive host code. The only exception is if your order is really large, $150 or more, don't use the host code so that you can redeem those Stampin' rewards in addition to what I offer. All that information is over on my website. Also, while you're there, go over and look at my PDF tutorial library. There are over 100 PDF tutorials, step-by-step instructions, multiple pictures, cutting dimensions, and supplies of all the amazing stamp sets Stampin' Up! Offers. Quite an array there for you for immediate purchase and download. And guess what? I only charge $1 per page, so it is a deal. Also, while you're there, if you're brand new, go all the way to the very bottom of the page, and it says subscribe, and that is for my free weekly e-newsletter, and you definitely want to be involved, because I give you a free PDF tutorial project not shared on any of my other platforms, and I would love to include you. It's a no-frills email. So go ahead and sign up and join our newsletter that's sent out every Thursday before midnight. We'd love to have you join us. And then last but not least, this is your last chance. Get entered for that live chat giveaway. Are these? Gina's like crouched down. You can stand up now.
I didn't want to.
These are the current Stampin' Up! Catalogs and the sale brochure. We would love to get those in your hands. You can find out how to request them over on my website under catalogs.
Yes.
I think
Are
we're
we ready?
Are we ready?
I got it. I got the name.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, she pushed the buttons. That's why she went away.
I went away for that.
All right, let me hold it up so we can give our happy winner here.
All right, drum roll.
Drum roll. Wait, let's give them the date of the next live before you do that.
All right.
Mark your calendars. Next week, it's actually going to be Wednesday, which is
Wednesday.
February 9th already. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yes.
Wednesday instead of Monday. You are not going to want to miss this. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I love it. I saw
Fantastic fun fold, and then 6 other cards for inspiration for you. Let's announce our winner.
All right, here we go. Drum roll, please.
Da-da-da.
It's Kathy Shea from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yay, Kathy! Kathy, tell her how she claims her prize.
Kathy, go ahead and email us at orders@lisastampstudio.com. We have your name already. We're going to put it on here. And once you email us, we're going to get your shipping address, and then we're going to send it off in tomorrow's mail if you email us by then. But please claim your prize by Saturday of this week so we can get it off to you.
Yes. Again, that's orders@lisastampstudio.com, or go to my website and click Contact Me. Either one works. We are so glad that you could join us for Gina's debut of her live stream. Thrilled to have you here with us. We look forward to seeing you all with me next Wednesday for another live and an amazing fun fold card. Have a great evening,
Bye,
everyone.
friends.
Bye-bye.